Hi, this is Scrapping Amy with One Mummy Scrapping, and welcome to the Scraptember crafty tag. I participated with my Scraptember process video yesterday, so I hope you check that out. And if you would like to play along with these questions, please use the hashtag Scraptember crafty tag. All that information is down below. So there are 13 questions to answer, and the first one is, how long have you been scrapbooking and or card making? I've only been card making for about a year and a half, but I have been scrapbooking now for 20 years. I actually started in September of 1999 when I was in college. I really liked the boy I was dating, and so I made him a scrapbook album for our first anniversary, which was October 10th. And I still have that scrapbook because that boyfriend and I got married and we have a family now, so clearly he's okay with my scrapbooking. Number 2 is, why do you scrapbook and or make cards? So I make cards simply because I hate spending all that money to buy the cards, so I don't know how making cards is any cheaper, but it's a lot more fun. I scrapbook for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, memory keeping. I have discovered that my memory is not as good as it was, say, 20 years ago. So looking back on my scrapbook layouts brings back a bunch of those old memories and helps me to remember the things that I didn't even realize I'd forgotten. It is also an artistic outlet for me. I like to be creative, and this is a way that I can get creative with paper, and I really do enjoy that. I share my projects mostly here on YouTube. I also have a One Mommy Scrapping Facebook page that's linked down below, as is my Instagram. I have a blog, which I don't know how to use very well. It won't accept my unedited photos, like the file size is too big. And when I try to reduce the file size on my Mac, I'm apparently doing something wrong because the program just freezes and I get the little spinning beach ball of doom, which I guess is kind of like the blue screen of death on a Microsoft computer. But my husband's supposed to help me with that. It's a matter of finding the time when I have the time and he has the time at the same time. So, it is what it is. Question number 4 is, what do I watch or listen to while I'm creating? I am someone that needs to have noise. If I'm doing a live process video, real-time process video, obviously I don't have anything going. Otherwise, I could be watching episodes of Big Brother, a variety of YouTube channels, either crafty ones, like I enjoy watching Miranda, obviously, or I could be watching, gaming videos. I like to watch things about The Sims and City Skylines. So I don't really have one thing that I have to watch, but I enjoy watching things that I don't actually have to look at, that I'm able to listen to. So that's kind of nice. Number 5 is, how do you find time to craft? Simple answer is, I don't. Right now, the way my husband and I schedule works out with our daughter, I have time Sunday afternoons because he and my daughter are visiting his mother. So that's when I do my Facebook Lives, and I'll do other stuff. Oh, I also remembered one other answer to number 4. What do I watch or listen to? Miranda. Miranda and I will often Facebook chat. We'll video chat while both of us are creating layouts. So sometimes you see us with a layout and the layout will disappear because we're holding it up to show the other person. All right, going back to number 6. What is your favorite underrated crafty trend? Tucker just heard a dog bark outside. Sorry about that. I don't know. So many of the trends are ones that, to me, a trend is something that comes and goes, and I have started figuring out what I like in scrapbooking. So I like a lot of layers. I like a lot of nouveau drops. If you haven't picked up on that, then you've obviously not watched my channel very much lately. So underrated, I don't know. That's an answer I'm not sure I have anything for that one yet. Let's go on to number 7. Maybe I'll come up with answer to number 6 by the time I'm done with this video. What is your go-to color combo for the spring and summer? Anything bright. I love hot pinks, aquas, bright yellows, bright greens. I just love those bright colors. I mean, if it's made by Bella Boulevard, I'm probably in love with it. Same thing for a lot of Doodlebug, although Doodlebug tends to be on the cutesy side, and that isn't really how I scrapbook. So that sometimes is hard. Excuse me, but I really do love those Bella Boulevard type colors. My favorite brand for fall and winter collections. I was just talking about this with Miranda this morning about winter collections. I don't buy a lot. North Carolina is hit and miss with the snow. And in my head, if I have snow themed paper or embellishments, I want it to be a snowy picture. And I don't have very many of those. So I don't really have a favorite brand for winter, but for fall it would have to be Bella Boulevard or Echo Park. I have really enjoyed both of those companies for fall collections. How many projects do you have unfinished in your crafty space? Right now, nothing that I'm recalling off the top of my head as I look around going, I tend to be one that wants to scrapbook a layout all in one sitting. So for me, I tend to start it and I finish it in that same sitting. Long-term projects like Journal Your Christmas, those will take me a lot longer to do. I just finished my Journal Your Christmas album in July, so I have a couple more months. I'm going to be starting the next Journal Your Christmas album, obviously. But for the most part, that's about all I have for unfinished crafty projects. All right. Number 10, do you put your finished layouts in a pile or store them away in their album? My goal is to put them in the album. However, I have a stack that's about this tall right now. It's right outside my scrapbook room of all of my layouts that need to be put in albums. It's going to take me a while. And once it started, to be measurable in like inches, that's when I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. And now you can kind of sort of measure it in feet, and I really don't want to do it. But I have pulled out, excuse me, I was looking for another supply and managed to dig down in my corner of messiness over there to my box that I have like 6 or 7 of my black scrapbook albums in. So I pulled out a couple of those, pulled out some page protectors. So I've got the supplies I need to actually store the stuff away in their albums. I have not made any 2019 albums yet. I've made plenty of 2019 pages, but nothing's actually gotten to an album. So that's on my long-term to-do list. It'll probably take me a while. I tend to do things when I have stacks of them like that in stages. So I'll take my big stack and I'll divide it up by years. And then every once in a while I'll take a stack of the certain year, organize it by date, then take it downstairs to the albums and put them into pages. So, all right, let's see. Number 11, how long does a layout take you? Usually sitting down and working roundabout of an hour if it's just a regular layout. If I've got stuff that involves a lot of mixed media, then I tend to work on it, reach the point where it needs to dry, set it aside, do another layout. Sometimes it's another mixed media layout where things need to dry, and I kind of switch back and forth with the two. That works for me if they're similar layouts, because then I'm using a lot of the same supplies. Because every time I do a layout, I tend to, when I finish, I have to clean everything up, put it away. Even if I'm going to be using a lot of the same stuff, it's still like I need a blank slate. And I found has been a big help, learning that part about me and how I best scrapbook. So about an hour. I don't tend to do a lot of the backed cut files. It's a look I love, but it's kind of like fussy cutting for me. It's like, oh my goodness, just poke me in the eye, okay? Number 12, how did you make it on a design team, and or why did you pick the design teams you were on? And I'm going to go ahead and read 13 as well because they go together. Why do you want to be on a design team? I'm going to answer 13 first. So I want to be on a design team because it will give me more exposure to the crafting world, and it would hopefully bring in some new people to my channel and some people that don't know who I am and that they would like to get to know me. How did I make it onto a design team? A simple story, I haven't. I have tried out for some design teams. I've not been chosen for one yet. It is something that I would like to do, like I said, for the exposure. A lot of people talk about it, well, I want the free product. That's nice, but if I really like it, I'm going to buy it anyways. So the free product part of it, that's kind of, not as big of a deal for me. I would just like to get more exposure. I'm a teacher, I'm a 3rd grade teacher, and I've mentioned that before. So that teacher part is like deeply ingrained in me. And I feel like my scrapbooking videos, I try to explain and to teach that. So to be able to reach a wider audience for that would be awesome. So there you have it, the Scraptember crafty tag. I still have not thought of a favorite underrated crafty trend. Trends that I like to follow include like the little ink splatters all over. I like to use sketches. I love layers, clusters. Aren't really huge trends. It's just my style, so I still don't know anything to answer for number 6. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for sticking around for my long rambly Scraptember crafty tag. And if you'd like to join us, just use the hashtag Scraptember crafty tag. I'll include the questions below my information, and then links to all of my various places where you can potentially find me are also included down below. I hope you will subscribe if you're not already a subscriber and hit that bell. And I will see you guys later. Have a lovely day. Bye.